have this 3D simulation that ChatGPT-3 Mini High did for us. It did quite an amazing job. So it's using Cannon.js JavaScript, the library for the physics. Yeah, we have the orbit control, the standard 3.js library. We have this JSON file with all the elements, so you can select which block you would like, change the color for it. It's kind of all pretty basic, but it's just impressive that the AI was able to do all the coding for this. You can select your cylinder as well. The cylinder one has to have a radius and stuff like that, but it does work. Yeah, obviously the bot can improve. Yeah, obviously did all the HTML code. There's an explanation. Yeah, there's a how it works and overview. And yeah, all the JavaScript code. So you're using orbit control Cannon, 300 lines of code. You cannot, you can pan, zoom in and out. You cannot move the elements around. You can select them, which is cool, and you can turn them, rotate them left and right. So there's quite a lot to the simulation. Quite a lot. Yeah, they're being added in the same place, and then they collide with one another. That's why they jump it like that, and you cannot move them around as it is, which is a bit of a problem. It did all the CSS that we're not gonna go into. Yeah, primarily we'll focus on the JavaScript, and mainly so we wrote this brief for the developer. Eventually we'll make it available on the website as everything else we do. Yeah, so those briefs with ChatGPT working really well. Once you have the brief for your web application, for your code development, and you covered everything needed, then you just pop it into essentially any LLM that generates code, and it seemed to work pretty well. Interesting that O3 Mini High said it cannot interpret images, but then went and did it anyway. Yeah, the big blocks, they just keep interfering with one another. So the next step for this would be rewriting the brief, the standalone document for the developer. It actually made the suggestions itself. In the brief, there's some things that are optional that yeah, it decided to ignore, which is fine. So I'm actually not sure if you give it a lot of optional things to do. I think it's actually, I suspect it might actually be a good way to go about it, because you don't want to restrict the robot too much. Yeah, we might get back to this one at some later stage. How much memory? This one's only 29. I don't know if every block will generate more memory, obviously. Yeah, so the physics and everything seem to be correct, but yeah, there's obviously a few improvements that we could be making. Let me know what you think. What would you improve? Well, the obvious thing is being able to move the blocks and everything, actually build something. Then there's also, we could make them snap to one another. That could be nice as well. We actually have that in future directions for this thing. Yes, it's now available on this site as well. Oh, bang. Yeah, sound effects would be handy for this as well. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Will eventually fall. It's still running. Only 31 megabytes. Bang.